Good evening. Welcome to our beginners class again here for Boston Global Center. My name is Jessica De Latina, Sales Master. Also here is with me with Lynn, with Roth, Sales Master. We'll be doing your beginners class again today. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just like any other meetings, we begin our meeting or class with the company motto. Are you ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, unmute yourself. Let's go.
Cherish
the spirit.
create
Create
the
the
vision,
vision.
follow
Follow
the
the
faith,
faith. Serve humility.
Aja, aja, aja.
Hey, let me switch my screens here. Oh, there we go. Okay, can you see this one? Okay, all righty. So welcome again to our beginners class. So I know the past couple weekends we were talking about, you know, how to become a member using the mobile app, using the website, and then of course, and now that you're a member and you know how to get into the mobile app and the website, how to order products. So we went through that, and then you try the products, and then now that I'm an Atomy member and use the products, what's the next step? Or what's next? What are my next steps to start and succeed in the Atomy business? So, Atomy is so very generous and very good that it has given us the path or the steps on how to become successful in our business. So there's 8 steps to success that our CEO, Hangil Park, has laid out for us to follow. And as long as we duplicate it and follow it, they said it's always the road to success. So it's like a little manual. It's just like when you get an appliances, you bought it, you know, in order, as long as you follow the manual, the appliance would work. So the same thing with our Atomy business. They have the 8 steps of success. So what are these 8 steps? So number 1, set a goal. 2, commitment. 3, list up. 4, invitation or invite. 5, explain the business. 6, follow up. 7, consultation. And 8, duplication. So I will do the first 4 steps and Lynn will do the 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. Right, Lynn?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's all start with step 1. Because we have to.
Jesse, would you screen share, please?
Oh, sorry. Did it not go in?
I can see it.
Big screen, please.
Let me go redo it again here, okay? Here it is.
There you go.
Hold on. Is that much better?
Yes.
Okay. Okie dokie. So let's start with the first step. So number 1, set a goal. So before we start anything, we have to have a goal in mind in order to be able to do our first step. Well, this is the first step basically. So according to our CEO, Hangil Park, if you dream vividly, it will definitely come true. And if you move forward with this dream confidently, your future would change. So what is our goal? Basically, it's our dreams. What is our dreams? We got different kinds of dreams. We want a house, want a car, spend time with our family, you know, getting financial stability, education, vacation, anything that your heart desires. dreams are our deepest aspirations that could be anything. It differs from one person to another. So whatever your priorities, that's your dream. And we need to identify this in order to start our journey, because we must have a destination in mind. Just like when you're driving a car, you have a destination, or else your GPS won't tell you which direction to go unless you have a destination. So you need to have a clear understanding of where you are and what you have first, then draw out as vividly as possible what your future can be. And this is our life scenario. So we have our life scenario, we have to write it down. By writing it down, your life scenario, you'll be able to be more specific and be more vivid in your dreams. And then they said, writing down your dreams gives you a roadmap to make plans to make these dreams come true by a certain date. So it's not just like a dream, like in the cloud or anything like that, but it's like real. It's right there. That's, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And of course, be specific. So, and smart and making your goals. So what does SMART represent? SMART means specific, meaning really detailed. Like for example, by 2022, I'm gonna have the this particular type of car, Toyota electric car. Like I'm not really good with naming cars, so I apologize, but you know, you know what you want. Or like I want a small bungalow house, 3-bedroom, by the sea, and by 2024. So be specific. Measurable, so it has to be measurable. It's nothing, you have to be, again, specific. It's almost similar to specific. A means attainable. And you know, with ADME, everything is attainable. Relevant, so relevant to you. So as I said, each goal is different for each person. It's because like each person has their own priorities. And then T, time frame. There has to be a time frame. So you could say by spring of 2021, I want to travel to Europe for 2 weeks. So earlier I showed you a picture of the life scenario booklet. So as I said, by writing it down, it makes it easier for you to keep your eyes on the prize. So we do have the life scenario that's available for us when you shop in the shopping mall, or if you can't wait, there is actually in my office. So I'm gonna show you real quick how to get in. So if you log into your account and then you click my office, and then you click my life scenario. And then this would come up, and there's right there, step 1, life plan. So click on that one, and then you'll be getting to this part right here. So there are 4 categories: flesh to live well, soul to learn, spirit to love, environment to contribute. So you choose 2 items in each category. So you click on those boxes there. And then once you fill out, so whatever really is close to your heart. And then click next. In each after you click the items in each category. So then the computer will automatically,
She's not today. She's
the
not.
app will automatically make you the life scenario wheel. Now, in order to add in your different goals here, you have to click on one of the boxes. Actually, you have to click on each boxes to enter your goals. So click on the box, any box, you can start anywhere. And then this window will come up, and then you type in, let's say for this one, this is my travel category. By spring of 2022, I'll be able to have a vacation with family of 6 to London for 2 weeks. So see, it's very There's a time frame. It's very specific. It's measurable. It's attainable. So it's a SMART goal. And then there's an achievement. So obviously it's not done yet. So it's 0%. But if you're already making plans, let's say you already bought the ticket. So you're kind of closer to that, like 20%, even 50. And then you click confirm. And once you do that, that goal goes into the boxes. So now you're done one of the items in your category in travel. So you do it on each of the boxes there in your service, whatever you put in. And then once you completed all the boxes in there, you click complete and it kind of records it. So now how do you view your life scenario, just in case you want to print it out or just kind of, take a picture of it. So it kind of reminds you what your goals are. So right there, click back on the my life scenario that right there, and then click view my life scenario. This window would come up. Click this button, step 1 life plan, and then there it is. It will show you your life scenario. So if you're like me, like I'm not really good at handwriting and I don't like to write much, I use the computer. So I printed this out for me and kind of like keep it handy somewhere. But you could do the paper one too, for those that who like to, some people like the feel of the pen and the paper. Also in the website here, there's also step 2, the Atomy short-term map. You could do that too. And it helps you kind of map out your membership achievement plan. That's what the MAP stands for. So here you could kind of put in the different masterships that you want to aim for. I want to aim for mastership at this date and this year. And then this year I want to be the Diamond Master. And next 2 years, I'm going to do the Sharon Rose Master. And next 5 years, Star Master, so on and so forth. So you could fill this out too in your My Office in your website. And then once you fill that out, each one of those until you reach, whatever mastership. Obviously, we're going to aim for the Imperial Master. And also you can put in their team goal and personal goal, whatever you have, and then click next. And when you click the next, this would show up. So you could either print that up, take a picture of it, and it's like your little, goal, your goal map, kind of your destination that you want to do, keep you in track, and then click complete. So now you have written both your life plan and then your short-term mastership achievement plan. So those are the things that you're gonna have to kind of keep in handy, keep the eyes on the prize. So by writing down your goals, you are 42% likely to achieve them. So your life scenario would say, go, 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 aja, 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 go your goals. So the future is what you make of it. And that's your step 1. So there's a quote that says, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan, and a plan backed by action makes your dreams come true. So obviously, once we dream, we had to make steps to get to that goal that we have, the prize. So now we have to do action, because a dream it just remains a dream if you don't do anything about it. So we go to step 2, commitment. So how willing are we to change ourselves, our habits to achieve our dreams? Now it requires action. So what do? We make changes in our habits instead of just sitting here binge watching TV. That was me. I would watch videos about Atomy, watch CEO Hangil Park, videos on YouTube, or go to the chatomy.com website and learn more things, or search, learn about the products so I'll be able to share. So we need to be proactive, creating or taking control of the situation, not reactive. Of course, we need to commit. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said has left you. So keep going. you know, keep going. You're like, I'm going to do this. You know, I'm going to do this. It's the same thing with you want, you know, you want to become healthy. You want to exercise. You had to commit in order to succeed to your goal. Number 3, list up. So now you have to list everybody that you know. Do not just list people that you think you might be interested. Just put everybody you know. According to our CEO, Hangil Park, if you want to achieve something challenging in your life, make them happen in an intensive manner. So I kind of found this like in the internet, like in the marketing website. They said, build your prospect list with FRIENDS. So what does F represent? F, friends, family, familiar relations or relatives. Explore your phone book, mobile devices, address book. What does R represent? Records. Let's say you looked into your school year records and you looked into your classmates and schoolmates back in school, in your club membership, like, you know, like who were your friends in your club or your association. Go through your business cards if you have business cards from other people. I represents industry. You know, you've done business with other people before. You have former coworkers, current coworkers, people you met through work or, you know, related to your employment. E represents electronic friends. Friends from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Messenger. N represent network with a purpose. Attend social events intentionally, like attend formal events, meet people in like a wedding, like a wedding meetup, a flea market, and, you know, meet people there, introduce your business. D represent direct contact. This time, make new contacts, make new friends while waiting in the office, in a doctor's office. Chance encounters, like waiting in line at the grocery store, at the bus stop, at the hairdresser. And S, this one, they say, is like a weird recall information, same name. You just kind of think of a name. Let's say, okay, let's start with, let's say, Anne. Like, okay, who else in my whole lifetime is named Anne that I could call or I could introduce Atomy for? And then you'll be surprised. You'll see, oh yeah, I know Anne Gilbert and Shirley, and, you know, there's a bunch of people that you know. So you could start from, you could get one of those baby names. You could start with, okay, start with letter A, Anne. B, go through the A to Z if you want to do that, but that's another option. So list everybody. And then once you know you list everybody in your list, you can make a little sort of like a tabular information of who they are, what's their information about the family, and what there are considerations, their interests, their values, their needs. Enter the customer's consideration set. Gather information from that. So let's say Anne. Anne is married with 2 teenage children. Husband has health issues. Anne likes a very clean home. Teenage kids has acne, loves to go camping and travel. So what can I introduce to Anne? So Anne, you know, Anne, we have detergent. We have dish detergent. We have laundry detergent. We have hand soap. She'll love that. Like, and this is good for environment. For your kids, yeah, like if she, when you talk to her, engage to her and say like, oh yeah, I'm really worried about my kids with the acne. Oh, the Academy has like the acne care skincare products. So based on what you see there, you could, I know in your conversation with Anne, you will find out like, oh, Anne needs, maybe we could suggest an Academy product with regards to her needs. Same thing here with Regina. She says here she's a single, works on real estate, but she's a health nut. She loves to exercise, takes supplements and parties and socialize. So she has a good network set. You know, she has lots of friends. So she likes to get supplements. So like you talk to her about our Academy supplements. Then we have Jonathan. He works in a hospital. He works long hours, wife likes beauty products. So there's things that you would learn from people and then whatever consideration or values that they need. And then the next step, now that you have your list, what we're gonna do, invite. You kind of engage them, connect with them. Build relationship, get questions answered, and what are their needs. Have them try the products. Help them learn about the products that you just shared. Tell them like, okay, let's go to here's some YouTube videos about the product. Or if you want, if you learned about the product already, you could teach them. Answer questions about the product. Show product testimonies. I've seen in some, I've had pictures of before and after, like with the use of Himohim, of the toothpaste and toothbrush and everything. So you could show them that too. The new, the ones that you're the customers that you just talked to. And then also, once they kind of tried the products and learned more about it, invite them to attend the meeting, watch Success Academy. So get them involved, engage them starting from a basic level to a more involved level. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Lynn to go to the next steps.
Okay, thank you very much, Jess. That was really wonderful and interesting, and I really appreciated the work that you did to really find other resources for us. So that's great. So the fifth step is to explain the business. And this one can seem a little overwhelming if you're still fairly new yourself. And so nobody expects you to be able to go into detail about explaining the business, but there are some basic things that you need to know so that you can at least get people curious about it. So under explain the business, the very first thing is the company concept. Talk about Han Gil Park, our CEO. If you haven't learned about him, go on YouTube and search his name and then listen to him as he presents some things. He'll tell you how he tried to start this company in order to make a way for your average person to be able to make residual income, that's income while you sleep, and to be able to hand it down to their children, and to be able to have access to prestige products, but at a reasonable price. And so he coined the frame mastige, prestige products for the masses. So you don't have to have a college degree to do this business. You don't have to be able to speak different languages. We have plenty of resources to help each other, but to be able to explain the origins of the company, how the company is a company of integrity and honesty, and how the company wants to provide products for your everyday consumer that can experience, so that consumer can experience a little bit of luxury in their lives. That's a good thing to explain. Then you can talk about the products. You can't explain products to a person if you haven't tried them yourself. And you've got to have a passion about them. If you think that, well, I tried this cream or I tried that supplement, but it didn't do anything for me, how can you sell that to anybody else? You need to really believe in the products that you're using and convey that passion, transfer that passion and that belief to other people. And that's basically what has happened with me. My business isn't growing by leaps and bounds by any means, but it's doing okay. And a lot of it is because of people noticing the difference in my skin. And then when they see how excited I get about it and how I never thought I'd find anything that would do this for me, they want to be part of that. Everybody's got problems in their lives that they want to solve, whether it be through body care, supplements, their health, keeping their house clean. They've all got something that bothers them that they feel they're looking for the next best thing. Well, we've got the best thing. So you need to really learn about our products, use them yourself, and really understand the value that we have with Atomy. Our dish detergent is $9. I think it's $9 or $11 for this very big bottle. but it takes much less of that detergent to use to do dishes and to clean than it did with the other products I used to use that I bought at the grocery store. I'd have to give a really good squeeze to get enough suds and enough soap to clean things. With ours, you just need a drop or two, and it does the job. So that lasts longer. It gets your dishes in your house cleaner. And so once you start experimenting with the products yourself and using them, you can really speak with some authority about how they work. And people can tell when you really know what you're talking about. The compensation plan. This is a beginner's class. We do not expect you to learn the compensation plan. But we do expect that you're going to know that it's a very righteous one, that it is not a pyramid MLM. There's a ceiling. And once you hit that ceiling, you can't earn any more than that. And what you would earn goes back down to the people on the lower levels to help them continue to grow their business and advance. You'll learn more details about the compensation plan as you attend Zoom meetings, as you attend the intermediate class after the beginner's class. But you just want people to know that there's a way to make money with this business. And it requires no investment, no upfront fee, no monthly commitments. If you talk to anybody who's got MLM experience, one thing that really resonates with them is the fact that it's unlimited levels and that your points don't expire at the end of the month. So even if you know just a few things or you want to know more about a few things, find your sponsor, find someone that you think can explain it to you if your sponsor's busy, and just learn a little bit about our compensation plan. And then Atomy Vision, when we have a one-day seminar or we have a Success Academy, we're always hearing about the progress that Atomy is making. Han-Gil Park, our CEO, is quite a visionary, and he can project. He knows what's coming down in the future as far as how to capture the market. And it is, after this pandemic, we can all see how online business was very, very important, because for a while, everything was shut down except for our food stores. And even our food stores, we had to stand in line. And I was so grateful that we didn't have to stand in line in December, January, February, when it was really, really cold out. We were spared that. But if we can buy through an online mall like this and earn points while we're doing it, that will eventually give us money back, you can't beat that offer. So these are 4 concepts under explaining the business that you can start on your own. When you've got an extra 15 minutes, pop in a YouTube video. Just Google marketing plan for, Google Atomy and a bunch of them will come up. Google Han-Gil Park. Learn about HemoHim. You can learn about individual products. It's all in there, and you can learn on your own time at your own pace. And then there are always people around you who are willing to help. We'll go to the 6th step now, and that's follow-up. So if you meet someone new or you sign up someone new, you want to check in with them within 48 hours to see if they have any questions. Have they been able to check out the website yet? Are they having any problems accessing the website? Are they able to use their member ID and password? Did they check out the shopping mall? Are they seeing the prices? Are they reading the descriptions of products? I guess I can't stress follow-up enough. And I'm guilty sometimes of not following up as close as I could because of time commitments with other things. But the more you invest in follow-up, the more it's really going to help your business grow. We did some facials today at the Global Center, and it really surprised me that 2 of the women who were there, even though we had had many conversations about how to apply the skincare products, one had given up on one product because she wasn't applying it correctly, and then the peeling gel didn't know, even though we've explained it and everything, it took that hands-on time and that follow-up for her to understand how to use it. And then another another lady that was there hadn't been using the deep cleanser correctly, and used the toner after she put everything else on, didn't realize it was the first step. So in doing those things, we can see if people have questions. We can see if they're using things the way that they're made to be used so that they could get the full benefit of the product. So we don't want to hound people, but we want to do due diligence to make sure that at least with a follow-up phone call, for instance, I'm signing up a lady later today. I'll call her in a couple of days just to see, or I'll text her and say, just checking to make sure you could get in on your website and that, you know, your ID worked and you found the shopping mall. And if she says yes, that's great. Let me know if you need help ordering products. Be happy to do a Zoom call with you or whatever to show you how. And that's all it takes. It doesn't take a lot of time, but the few minutes that you do invest in that is going to pay you back. They might have questions about the business as things go on. And, you know, you'll be able to explain some of those, and what you can't explain, you tell them, you'll get them an answer. People have no problem if you don't know the answer, as long as you tell them that you're going to find the answer for them. They're happy with that. But if you say, oh, I don't know about that, but you don't follow up on it and try to get them the answer, that doesn't set real well with people. And then they feel as if they're out on their own in this business that they know nothing about. So important is follow-up is very, very important. Then number 7, consultation. And what does this mean? Well, sometimes, and I've done this, you know, I've spoken to Myung, my sponsor, and I've told her I don't know many people. I know people at church, but I don't want them to feel obligated to buy from me or to become members because I'm the pastor's wife. And so it's very hard for me to find people. So she came up with some ways for me to, well, look in your contacts in your phone, or some of the things that Jessica went over as far as finding contacts. But if you come up against what you consider to be a barrier to your goal, something that's going to stop you from meeting your goal, you don't have to tackle that alone. You've got sponsors, you've got people who have made mistakes before you and can help make sure that you get on the right path. And if you go to your sponsor and they don't have the answer for you, they will get it for you. Next slide, please. No one will register as members. Well, if someone said to me, gee, I've told 5 people about Atomy and no one wanted to sign up, I would say to them, well, tell me what you said to them. How did you present it to them? And it's the same way with where I work. There are times when I have to work with nurses who have to call people and get them to give them information, but the person just doesn't want to talk to them. There's something about selling it to people. You have to find what's going to interest that person. I really loved the list that Jess showed, that if you know the person you're talking to and you know that they're really into health or they're really into skincare, then that's where you put your focus. Don't worry about all the other things about Atomy. Just let them know, hey, we've got this brand new calcium complex that has vitamin K2 in it. And a lot of calcium supplements don't have the vitamin K2, and they're finding more and more how important it is. That's going to pique their interest if they're into their health. Something else that you could say is, gee, you know, I heard that you lost your job during the pandemic, and I found a way that could help secure some income so that if that ever happens again, at least you've got some money coming in. And they might be interested in that aspect of the business. So then you can talk to them a little bit about how Atomy sells daily necessities. We provide daily necessities. We don't sell, we just make people members of the mall. But through Atomy, they can get many daily necessities, and that way they're not dependent on a store being open. And because there's PV associated with that, they can earn some residual income so that should we ever face another pandemic or they lose their job for whatever reason, they've at least got something coming in. There's hardly any sales. And I've seen that little bit of a slump too. And we have to remember that Mr. Park was very, very smart in including several different types of necessities. Okay. So, yep, I really focused on the skincare for myself at first, but now I know how long it lasts. So I want people who are going to buy product more than every 3 to 6 months. So I want to make sure that they know that we've got a shampoo and a conditioner, and we've got a body wash, and we've got body lotions and creams, and we've got different sprays to refreshen their face or their body. That new cream mist, when you get out of the shower and your skin is damp, it's perfect to spray on your body if it's 90 degrees and humid out and you don't feel like putting lotion on. It's a way to moisturize your skin without getting all a lotion on you. So there's all different ways and different products that we have. The laundry detergent, the way that it's made to be environmentally and people friendly without all of the harsh chemicals that so many of the detergents have. Our new sheet detergent, for me to be able to have that delivered to the house, and my washer and dryer are on pedestals because they're front loaders, but my detergent sits on top of them. And if I have to pick up a bottle of detergent and pour it, the older I get, I know it doesn't seem real heavy when you're young, but trust me, as you get older, that's heavy and it's hard to control. Now I can take a sheet out of this lightweight sheet and tear it in half if I'm doing a small load, or put the whole sheet in if I'm doing. So that might solve a problem for someone who's elderly. I brought my mother the sheet laundry yesterday, and I said to her, this way you don't have to pick up that heavy bottle of Tide anymore and pour it. You can just put this in your washing machine. She was thrilled because she's got terrible shoulder pain. So try to find a way in common with someone. And if they're not buying much, look at what they have bought, ask them what they have bought, and then try to steer them into some of the products they need to buy more often. Even the oatmeal, the avocado oil. Once you start using those and cooking with the avocado oil, you're not going to go back to anything else again. You're just going to see the quality. The next slide. So your downline's not getting bigger. That can be a big problem too. So Mr. Park said that 100% of people with little power can still be incredibly successful through the Atomy system. People may just want to be consumers for a while, and that's okay. Let them use the products. Let them start to fall in love with them the way you have. But when you meet with them or you talk to them in your follow-up, let them know how much money you made, that you just made a general commission of $60 last week, and tell them how it happened. And that by beginning their system, that could happen for them too. And then just leave it there. Let them think about it. We don't, if you put pressure on people, they're going to want to push back. They're going to think, okay, if they're pressuring me, it's because there must be some end game here where they're going to profit. And that's not what this is about. Sometimes newcomers come and they don't necessarily feel welcome, and then they leave quickly. I've got to say, this has been the Boston Global Center. I don't know other global centers. They probably do the same thing. I have no idea. But one of the things that really impressed me about the Boston Global Center was from the first day I joined a meeting. After that, every time I joined a meeting, you get a big hello, and you feel like they're really glad you're there, because they are really glad you're there. So we need to make sure that if we see newcomers in a Zoom meeting, or we have a newcomer to a Zoom meeting, that we introduce them to the group and that they feel like they're part of the group right away. In Atomy, you must serve others with humility. You must lower yourself, let go of your ego, and serve others. I love this. You should embrace taking losses. Don't be afraid of losing money. And don't think that you're in a competition with your partners. We all go up together. You'll hear that over and over again. It's not like other MLMs that I've heard about, where you'll sign someone up, but then the next thing you know, they're growing a little bit, and it's a threat to your business because they're growing, and it's set up so that that's the competition that happens. I don't want to be part of something like that. I want to be part of something so that I can look at Shelley, I can look at Joanne. How can I help them? How can I help their partners? Where can I put some points if I have extra points to put? We're there to help each other achieve because we'll all go forward together. Next slide. So the very last step is duplication. So sometimes I know I could do a much better job at being a sponsor. I think if I had more time and I didn't work a full-time job, I would be able to be a better sponsor. But there are times when I've been working with Joanne, I'm going to be working with Shelley. I let them know if I had time, this is what I would do. I want them to try to get some ideas about how to be a good leader for their lines. I can't watch their 2 lines for them. I can't, that's impossible. And if you start getting involved in that, you're not going to be able to focus on your business. But you can teach them things that have worked for you so that they can pattern themselves after what you've done that's worked for you. And if you let people know the mistakes you've made, Myung and Osuk have been very open about mistakes they've made, and they don't want you to make the same mistakes. So you want to make sure that you learn from them and you don't duplicate their mistakes. You duplicate the good things that they've done in order to grow. If you don't see yourself as a good example to your partners, you must change the original version of yourself. So you've got to think that people are watching you, and don't use that as a source of pressure. How can I become better at this so that my downline can become better at this? And then if you're stumped, you go back to that consultation phase. Have conversations with your sponsor. It could be that I remember, I don't see her often anymore, but there was a young girl that did product demos in California, and then Sandy Yu in New Jersey, who is the MC for a lot of our meetings. She's a sweetheart. I got in touch with them. How did you learn to do this? And where do you get your information? And we dialogued together. So they're not in my global center, but they're someone that I really liked their approach to something, and I wanted to know how that worked for them. And so we can learn from people in other centers too, and duplicate them as well. So duplication is the last step. This is a beginner's class. Maybe, you took to this right away. You've done MLM before, so people can duplicate you right away. Some of us, it's taken a little bit of time to build our business, and I don't know that I would want anybody duplicating everything that I do right now, but they can learn something. We can all learn something from each other. So as we duplicate ourselves, then we'll see our business growing, because people will want to be the kinds of leaders that we are too. So those are the 8 steps to success that Mr. Park has developed. And these aren't good for just Atomy. This is good for a lot of things in life. And they're life steps that we can take in any area of our life if we want to improve our family relationships, our business relationships, our church relationships. So you can take from this and apply it to other areas of your life too, and grow that way. Next week, we'll be covering the 8 core. Okay, and we'll be doing, again, just an overview of what 8 core is. So if you have time to prepare for next week, look at some YouTubes about 8 core and get an idea of what those are about. And then we'll talk about them in a little bit more detail next week. And then after next week, we're probably going to restart back to our first meeting. So what is Atomy? What do I do now that I've signed up? And we'll start with how to, download the app on your phone, how to get into your website. What does the shopping mall mean? What does your office mean? All the things that Jess covered so beautifully in her sessions. We'll be repeating these every 6 weeks. So we're working on a schedule, Jess and I are right now, about what we're going to cover on which week. And then we're hoping that at the end of the 6 weeks, you'll be ready for the intermediate class that's held on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's the San Diego office that teaches that intermediate class. So we want to prepare you for that, give you the basic building blocks, and then they're going to build on top of that. Okay. So we thank you so much for your attention tonight. Does anybody have any questions before we end with our company motto? Yes, Priscilla.
Yes, could you repeat again when is the intermediate classes is again?
It's on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And that is run by Israel Kim. And he does a really good job with that. They also have a beginner's class. Christina does a beginner's class at 8 o'clock in the morning. On which day of the week, Christina?
I do it Saturday, EST, 8 a.m.
8
But
a.m.
but my beginner's class is it's the same every week because my target are new members and prospects.
Okay.
So far we have 100% sign up for prospects who attended our beginner's class.
Very good.
How do I get the link for those classes?
The links?
Yes.
So Osuk, do you want to talk about how they can access the links if they're...
All right, okay. Thank you very much, Jessica and Lynn. Oh my, you guys did such a fantastic and a beautiful and a wonderful, pineapple, everything for you guys, okay? We gotta give them big round of applause how they did it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. And then like Lynn was saying, actually this class is running by sales master, but Lynn and Jessica sales master, they are lead over the sales master. So they are preparing for the every Sunday, 7 p.m. for like, I think it's 6 weeks long, they're gonna do it like over and over for beginner basic class. And then we have our Boston Global Center has like a regular Zoom meeting on Wednesday for just general. We have like a great team. They work on it every single week. So they have a different their concept in a topic they're gonna cover for that. And then Friday night, 10 p.m., which is our sales master, Wanda White. She's running for Indonesian. Indonesian beginner class, she running really well. She prepared well. She just had a few people. She prepared well. And then Saturday, early in the morning, 8 o'clock in the Eastern time, the Christina Diamond Master, she is running for the Philippines. But they mix with the English and the Philippine dialogue. So they started with the 8 o'clock Philippine in that Zoom meeting for the basic beginner class, and then she continue after basic, and then continue for the intermediate. And then Sunday for the beginner class for at Boston Global Center, and then Monday we have a Korean Zoom meeting, for Korean beginner, basically just like a BGC, Boston Global Center Korean Zoom meeting, and then meantime, like at 9 o'clock, the Israel team, Sharon's master, which is like a new center manager in the San Diego Global Center he is running for the intermediate for 9 o'clock at the Eastern time. We post on our Global Center English Zoom site, Zoom link. So if you are not, that Kakao Talk was something that you download the Kakao Talk and then ask your sponsor to join the Boston Global Center English room, then you can see. And then if you not in a Boston Global Center, then you ask, David Choi or me, then
you really want to get the app on your phone for Kakao Talk. And once you join that, let your sponsor know, and they'll invite you to the Boston Global Center. And then once you're in that, you'll
How do I spell that? How do I spell
Kakao
Yep.
Talk, TALK.
.com?
It's an app on the phone.
Oh,
so
it's
in the app store. Yeah. And so the Boston Global Center, they post, David and Osuk will either post on Sunday or Monday the Zoom schedules for the whole week. And then the day of the Zoom, they repost the meeting ID number and the password that you can call for that time. And I cannot say enough how the Wednesday night Boston Global Center meeting at 8 o'clock, how important that is and how much you'll learn by attending those and by being steady to those. You'll learn about products. You'll learn about the marketing plan. You'll learn about masterships. You'll learn about all kinds of different things. And it's from different people. So if you learn different ways, it may not make sense to you this time, but it might the next time. So Kakao Talk is a really wonderful app. And again, check with your sponsor and they'll invite you to the Boston Global Center. And if you have a hard time getting through to them, check in with Osuka or David. They'll get you in. And that's really the way to stay in touch with your counterparts.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was going to show you, Jennifer.
Oh,
I'm actually downloading it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, you found it? Okay.
Yeah,
So
I did.
Social networking. From the emojis and things, I get the impression that this must be, is it a South Korean owned app?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and developed app. So,
yeah.
But if I figured out how to use it pretty quick, which means it's pretty easy because I'm not real good when it comes to technology. But you can make phone calls to each other through this app.
Oh.
It's really cool.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the Kakao Talk with all the different groups. And they
okay, so it's the Boston Global English Room.
Mm-hmm. Not that one.
Yeah.
And then they would show you the link.
Yeah, and you could search for people. So you could search for Jess Delatina, or you could search for me, Lynn Wiedenroth, and become friends, and we can text each other that way too.
Lynn, I met you at Kathy's house.
Oh, okay. I thought you looked familiar. You're the one studying biology or something, right?
And Mahjong I met. I don't see anyone else. That's
yeah. I remember you, Jennifer.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions from anybody tonight? No question is ever silly or feel free to ask anything.
I have a question about the Synergy Ampule, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
I have a user, consumer that's using the Synergy Ampule. And on the 40123, yeah. During those last 2 weeks, she get itchy all over the neck and the face. So she stopped using it. What happened with that? How come they get itchy on the face? Is that because she was using the first week, second week, and she was fine with it?
Yeah. Don't forget, each ampoule has a different composition. Mm-hmm. And a lot, the majority of the things that our products are made of are herbs and plants. Mm-hmm. So if she's allergic to a particular herb or plant, she may not have even known about it, but if it's in that ampoule, she may have some itching. So maybe that's one that she just wants to avoid. And I know in Korea, in Atomy Korea, you can buy 4 Synergy ampoules of each number separately. And I'll be glad when we get that, because I'm a number, well, I don't know. I couldn't tell you which one I would just want to use one of, but that way she could get the ones that work best for her and not have to, have the one that maybe she reacts to. So she might want to try it again, stop using it and try it again in a week. But if she's still itching, I'd have to say she's probably allergic to something in the ampoule.
Yeah, she said she stopped and then continue again. I had a breakout also when I was using the Synergy ampule, but one like that, but it went away. I did not stop. I still continue using it.
Well, don't forget too, there's a lot of stuff underneath our skin that once we start taking care of it, it'll come to the surface. Our body needs to get rid of it. And so it's not necessarily a breakout, isn't necessarily a reaction to the product, but itching like that to me is that sounds like allergy. So she probably ought to back off of that one for a little bit. She could try it again in the future, but for right now.
Yeah, stop. That's what I advise her to do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, Wanda.
Yeah. I have a question. I remember that one of my downline, but actually she's my best friend. This guy 2 years ago, and I just started at me, and she started the absolute, but she has like it's really dark, like a what's that? It's like a spot, spot like a what's it called? Yeah,
melasma.
In here, and I said just try use it, and she just tried like until 2 weeks, and she just like freaking out, say, Wanda, this is more black. It's Atomy, this make me more black. I said, hey, listen, I tried to explain to her, you know, Atomy is made from, like you said, herbs like herba. And when they're gonna make good your face, they're gonna take it out all the stuff first. So probably the first, like a first, second, third day, it's gonna looks bad. But you know, actually they just take it out.
Yeah.
I tried to explain to her, but she just freaking out, and she just, you use this one, I don't want to use anymore. And I know we have like spot out.
The spot out is perfect for that.
So I just want to know how to, you know, to use that one, because she kind of like a trauma with, you know, the absolute.
Well, what I do is, because the spot out cream I knew worked so well for me, I bought the spot out essence. It works like the blue ampoule.
Yeah, like a blue ampoule. Yeah.
I use that during the day, in the morning, and then I put the spot out cream on at night, and then I put my peel off mask right over it and seal it in. And that's the cream. That and the Hydra Brightening is what has really diminished my acne scarring the most.
Oh, that's, you mean Hydra Brightening, the blue, the two-set blue?
Yeah, but for a spot like that, she wants the spot out cream. And there's a lady that came to my house. She's not on the meeting tonight, but Jennifer, she was there, I think, when we did the facials at Kathy's house.
Oh, I might know who it was.
She had a spot this big. I'm not kidding you. This big right here.
Oh.
And she used the spot out cream for 3 weeks, and now you can't see it at all.
Oh, I saw that picture. I think she came after I left, but
she did come. You know what? She came to my house, actually. She came to my house to show me this thing. Kathy sent her here. Yeah. And when I saw it, I gave her a sample of the spot out cream, and she put it on and noticed it was getting better. So she bought a jar, and 3 weeks later, this thing is,
it looks amazing.
I'm not going to say it wouldn't come back if she stopped using the spot out cream. I mean, these things don't necessarily get rid of it for good, but it has faded so much. She looks like a totally different person. And that was really affecting her confidence in presenting herself to other people. And now that that's gone, she's just blossomed. It's just amazing how when we feel better about how we look, or something that really nobody else might notice, but you know it's there, it's amazing the difference that you'll see in people from that. So I would definitely the spot out cream, Wanda, and
so you mean like a daytime use it's like a serum spot out?
She could either do that, or she could use the spot out cream too. I mean, for me, I've got to be careful with a lot of creams. I have oily skin. But what I would really stress to her is commit to use this spot out cream twice a day. You have a 30-day money back guarantee. If by the beginning of the 4th week, you haven't noticed a difference in that, we'll send it back and get your money back. You have nothing to lose and only everything to gain.
All right, okay. Let me explain a little bit about the spot out cream and essence. During the daytime, if you use the spot out cream and essence, you have to put a lot of sunscreen, cover it all.
Yeah.
If not, you're gonna get more dark of blackish.
Yeah.
So like a spot out, they suggest you during the night, because you don't go out, but during the daytime, if you're you can use it, but after you put it on, you have to use a lot, that thick of that sunscreen all over that, cover it all.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Look, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her try that.
Okay.
The spot out.
So Lynn or Usho, whoever, I got this question. So do you put the spot out cream only on the dark spots, or to all over? How would that?
I think if people read the information about this spot out cream on our website, they're going to put it all over. This stuff, the plant that it's made with is I think it's called the miracle plant. I put it all over. I just think it's a wonderful cream. It's balanced out, you know, the color of my skin. But people, you know, you can do whatever you want. But for me, I just put it all over. When I read about the ingredients in this cream, it was something I knew I wanted all over my face.
Yeah, same here. I just put it all over face.
It's, I think, good to put it all over your face for preventing your aging spot. As we get older, our skin color change. So best to put it all over the face and avoid the sun. So better to put it on at nighttime.
The age spots that you might see as you get older didn't just show up. They've been under your skin building up for years. Okay. So we have some under our skin now that haven't shown up yet. And this particular plant goes into our skin and helps prevent the dark spot from coming to the surface. That's how it works. So, so knowing that, you know, I'm 63, I don't have a lot of dark spots, but I don't want them to start popping up now. I've got enough with the acne. So I just think that it's, and it's a fluffy, I just love this cream. It's just a fluffy, beautiful, light cream that does a great job.
So I have another question, because I use Absolute. If I use the spot out cream, when, you know, and where, you know, I
personally, I use it before the nutrition cream.
Nutrition, the last, right? To use it.
If when you look at your products, look at the consistency. All right. So if you've got an essence and a serum, and those are thin, those go on first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And the nutrition cream and the eye cream are pretty thick. So those want to be the last two things that you put on. And any other, like your aqua brightening cream, if you want to use that, your spot out cream, that should go on before your anti-wrinkle and then the nutrition cream, because those are thicker.
Okay. Got it.
I have a question.